Hello. I just noticed a nice big moon just outside my window. Not quite full yet. But welcome. I'm Leanne Peters and I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for what days? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's the 16th, the 17th and the 18th of September 2024. So while you're coming on over, I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So what I'm going to be doing is using my Oracle cards, and I'll be using these cards to find the best cards that the majority of us need for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I'm going to pull a card for the theme for those particular days. I recommend that you take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily, and let the rest go. And let's see what happens. Think of this as a guide only. So I trust this video finds you well. Valentina, welcome. I trust you are well over there in Valentina land. So I'm looking for the best card that the majority of us need for Monday the 16th of September. And that best card is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card. Oh, we have a featured card. This is the Lizard. And the Lizard has further instructions here which say to take the third card from the top of the deck. So we're going down to this Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and we've got the Lamb, the Lizard and the Lamb, card 3 and card 36. These two have come up together for a reason, and we're going to look at them separately first, and then we'll look at their relationship together. So this is for Monday. The Lizard. The Lizard says optimism, appearances, delusion, and illusion. This card is about looking beneath the surface, beneath the superficial. Now, I did a whole video on that a couple of days ago. I've just had a really quick, spontaneous break, so I can't even remember what the video was at this point. But I did talk about going deeper. I'm pretty sure it was the last healing support video that I did on Saturday, I think. But, so this is very much the energy at the moment. A lot of us are being called deeper under the surface. So this is specifically about Monday, and it suggests things like if we're signing a contract or a document, we might want to really read the fine print. If we're preparing to purchase a vehicle, we may want to look under the bonnet of the vehicle to make sure it's all running properly. This card is not saying don't proceed. It's saying we need more information, and we might need to dig deeper to get that information by asking questions or looking at the details of the information that's being presented. So this is very much about dropping under the surface, looking past things, looking past skin deep, that kind of thing. And it comes up with the Lamb, card 36. It says, embrace your youthful side. So there's spring in the air with the Lamb. There's something playful and youthful and joyful, something creative, something light-hearted. And this energy is also around for Monday, something light, something uplifting potentially, but especially light. It doesn't feel heavy. So what we've been encouraged to consider on Monday with the combination of these two cards is to look deeper under the surface of things, especially the things that are very complicated or complex or confusing or very heavy in our life, the things that are very burdensome, and look underneath and look for the lighter hearted to this particular situation. Look for what is light, what is underneath, what is a different way that we could perhaps look at this situation that's a little more light-hearted and a little more youthful. There is a sense of not taking things perhaps as seriously or seeing it as complex as what it probably, maybe we're seeing it more complex and serious than what it really is. So getting perspective almost feels like a bit of a message here too. Make sure our perspective is clear and our perspective is light and our perspective is deep. And make sure that we're not making things worse or louder or bigger or darker or heavier or blacker than it needs to be. So that's for Monday. So interesting combination there. We actually haven't had a featured card for a little while, I don't think. So it's very fun to see the lizard come up. Okay, let's now look for the best card that the majority of us need for Tuesday, the 17th of September. And the best card for Tuesday, the 17th of September, for the majority of us it's this. Whoops, I just dropped that card. That doesn't happen very often, and it stayed face down, so it's a Speed of Light Oracle. And it's New Pathways, card 18 for the 17th. And it says options, children. So again, even just stopping there, the lamb and this card are both quite youthful, childlike energy. So there's an emphasis now around this that's come up now for on two days in two cards. So children may be especially important too. It also says birth, choice, and life's path. This card suggests that there are options for us, especially on Tuesday. That there are options, there are at least a couple of paths that are potentially trailing out from where we stand on our life's path. There are potential options. Even if there are only two options, that's still an option. So there are options in front of us, and these I see as paths that trail out from where we stand. It also suggests that there may be a choice that we need to make on Tuesday or around this time, and we might be looking at feeling on which is the best option to take, or which is the best path to follow, if it's a path rather than an option. But it could be an option. It may not be a path, even though this is pathways. It just depends on what we've got going on. But there is, again, something light, something youthful, something childlike, something playful, and even creative about this particular card. So there is something, an energy already that's coming up for Monday and Tuesday that's wanting us to lighten up. So let's be careful we're not making things worse or heavier or more complicated than they need to be. So that's for Tuesday. Okay, let's look for the best card for Wednesday, the 18th of September. Okay, the best card for the majority of us for Wednesday is... We'll go with this card. It's an Animal Kingdom Oracle, and it's the Earth Dragon. Yay, this is card 25, and it says Physical Reformation. If you're new to the videos, there's a lorikeet. Actually, it's a Rosella, has just landed on the chimney next door. Very cute. In the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, there are 5 dragons. These are the most powerful cards in the deck, and we have the Earth Dragon. So this brings emphasis to the body, to the physicality of things, to our physical life, to the changes that are taking place in our body, the changes taking place in our life. It says physical reformation. So this is a shift, this is a change, this is a reforming of things in our body, in our life. So what's changing for you? And are you moving with the changes, or are you resisting them and trying to fight or rebel the changes that are taking place in your body or in your life itself? There's something very grounding about this card. So some of us might feel like we want to get outside, perhaps into the garden, into nature. We may want to go for a walk and do some exercise, which is also very, very grounding. Even cleaning and housework is very grounding. Eating, all that kind of stuff. Those physical things and physical tasks that we do tend to help ground us. So a great day for grounding and kind of integrating and settling back down into our body. There's been a lot of big things happen and big changes that have been occurring in the last couple of weeks and the last couple of months. And it feels like Wednesday might be a great time to sort of ground that, which is like integrating or anchoring the changes that have been taking place into our body. Where does this change now fit in our life and fit in our body? And how can we sort of digest the changes? How do we let it sink in into reality for us rather than just continuing going on life and not really taking stock of where we are or what's changed for us that we need to settle into, if you like. So that's the Earth Dragon. And there feels to be like movement too. Movement, action. We might feel productive. We might feel quite practical in the things that we want to do. Do some practical, productive things, potentially on Wednesday. So that's the 3 days. I am going to pull a theme card in just a moment. But before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment. Please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. If you'd like to learn more about my cards, the Speed of Light Oracle, and the Animal Kingdom is somewhere in here. You can learn more about these decks on my website. You can work with them individually, the decks, or together. You can bundle them up if you would like to try that. And if you'd like to learn more about the work I do here and have a look and see what I have to offer or what I have created that you may be interested in purchasing or working with or wearing, then please visit templeofbalance.com.au. And don't forget, we've got some events coming up. We've got some in-person events. It's been probably since before COVID that we've actually hosted in-person events. So we've got some events coming to Tasmania, some art projects, healing events, vision quest, gathering, and there's something else, spirit guide drawing workshops, things like that, coming next year in February. So have a look on my website if you'd like to learn more. Okay, let's find the best card for the theme. The theme card will help us see the bigger picture for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So the best card for the theme for the majority of us is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle, and we have Creation, card 29. It says source, uncoil, light and authentic. So let's look at light first, because I've talked about lightness for 2 of these days, Monday and Tuesday. So we look at light also coming in for the theme. And even though this may be talking more about light as in turning on the light, I am drawn to that word just simply from the angle of lightness. So this has come up, this is coming up as well with our theme or connected with our theme. So what needs lightening up for you? Where do you need to lighten your load, lighten the pressure that you're under or the pressure that you put on yourself? Do you need to take a break? Do you need to look at your schedule and lighten things up? Do you need to get a bit better organised so that you can reduce the stress levels in your life? What needs to lighten up for you? So that might be something worth looking at. Also, this card is about opening up and uncoiling ourselves now. So this card sort of feels like if we were a snake or a serpent and we're all tightly coiled up. And this is about opening and uncoiling now and becoming sort of like coming out of hiding, coming out of that tightly bound place that we may have felt like we've been in for a while. And sometimes we don't know we're in it until we're coming out, or we have already come out of it. But some of us may have felt a bit tightly coiled, a bit hesitant, a bit like we're holding back, perhaps a little heavy in ourselves, or quite heavy. And the tightness, the tension that sort of comes from tightly coiling up. And this is about these next couple of days as an opportunity for us to sort of lighten and open and sort of come out of our hiding place, to come out of that place of tension and stress and heaviness and complexity that perhaps doesn't need to be there. And it's up to us, I feel. There's sort of like an attitude shift that's potentially here, like a shift in attitude, a shift in perspective, that nothing much might change on the outside or with particular situations, but our attitude to something, our approach to something, when that changes, even just a tiny amount, it can actually shift a lot. So even though there might be things out of our control or out of our hands that is happening in our life, we always can look at the situation and shift our perspective and shift our attitude, shift our behaviour, and see if that helps lighten that particular situation. See if that helps reduce the tension and the tightness and the stress that's connected here. So we can change our attitude and behaviour and approach, and see if that helps this particular situation or whatever it is we're dealing with at this time. It may not be as bad as we think. It may not be as stressful as we might be making it more stressful than it needs to be. So what can we do to change our view of the situation so that we can lighten the load, lighten the pressure that we feel like we're under? It's not easy, but what I like to do anyway is I like to imagine myself just looking in the mirror and looking at myself. I need to pay attention to my thoughts, my words, my actions, check in on what my motive is, make sure what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm saying are aligned with my truth and the truth of who I am. Do I have an attitude about this situation that may be linked with past wounds or issues or insecurities that I hold? Maybe I'm scared, so I'm overreacting. So looking and really paying attention to the reactions, including especially the thoughts, words and actions, they're the three things that I specifically look at when I'm doing this. What am I thinking? What am I saying? What am I doing? And how is that keeping things stressful and heavy? Can I change that to lighten things up and see what happens? Because we don't know till we try it and see if that helps us, helps in our relationship with the particular situation. So things want to lighten up, and it kind of feels like it's up to us to make that happen by looking at ourselves. But there is a lighter energy around, so let's work with it as best as we can. Plus, we've got a dragon come up these couple of days, so dragons also show that we're in a powerful place at this time. But it doesn't have to be as stressful and heavy as what it probably is. So let's see how we go. Thanks for joining me today. Have a fantastic couple of days, and I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Take care of yourself. And goodbye for now.